Kia ora team, welcome back to another Win the Day golf video. Today we're out at Middleway Golf Links getting a lesson. And why are we getting a lesson, you might ask? Well, if you've seen my latest videos, you've seen I've been spraying it. I've got a two-way miss. My driver's been an absolute horror show. So we're out here with Cam Jones Golf today, getting a lesson, all part of the plan of trying to reach the New Zealand Open in the next 5 years. That's my big long-term goal. I want to get to scratch and I just want to play good golf for you guys on YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment and give Cam Jones Golf a follow too. He's got his own channel and Instagram, and he's a really good coach. So yeah, excited for this. Let's get to it. Oh, that was so bad. This is why we're getting a lesson, team. Not good. Hey guys, this is Cam, if you don't know him. Legend of the game here in New Zealand. He's gonna run us through the lesson today.
Should be fun, see what we can do.
Wow, let's warm up, hit some more shots in here, eh?
Yep, just hit maybe 8 to 10 with that club and get a feel for it.
Something like that's kind of what it's changed to.
Yeah, the shape is looking different to when we played at Pupuki.
Yeah. Well, when at Pupuki, I was just hooking everything.
Yeah.
I quite like that shape, if I can consistently hit it. The last two tournaments I just played bad because I didn't know what I was actually trying to do, and I was like, is fades better, is draws better? Yeah, it's so weird, eh?
So have you consciously been trying to hit cuts, or has this just come about?
Yeah, it kind of happened because I was hooking it.
Have your divots, like the depth of your divots, have they been quite deep?
Yeah.
Have you been getting like ahead of it quite a bit, eh?
Yeah, I can get pretty deep divots. I used to not take divots. Maybe that's what happened, was I was like, I need to start taking divots. I like taking divots. I feel like when I hit a good shot, I just have a nice, perfect square divot.
Yep. Is that the flight you've been seeing?
Yeah, a bit of that. Just weak, like I've lost so much distance and ball speed. Like I was getting 170 ball speed before I like changed whatever went wrong. That one was good.
Have you made any changes to your grip or setup?
Not consciously.
As you can still play decent golf and shoot good scores, despite being out to in, swing direction way left.
Yeah.
A lot of it's going to depend on where your club face angle is relative to that.
Yeah.
But also it's going to mean, like, you can have a really predictable flight, but everything is most likely going to be left to right if you match it up perfectly. Yeah. If you want to be able to hit more of a draw or work one to a left flag or a dog leg left or whatever, then we will need to make some changes to the shape of the swing and the face in relation to that as well.
Yeah.
The good thing is that you're basically doing the same thing every single time, but it is, I would say, probably a little bit too drastic.
It's too drastic.
Some of the numbers. The fluidity and the rhythm to the swing, like it actually looks good, but it's just I think the mechanics of it, like the shape of it's just a little bit out of whack at the moment. So I don't think it'll take you long if you wanted to try and, I guess, like neutralise everything.
I do want to neutralise it. I'd rather be like 2 degrees over the top with like just a little tiny pull fade.
Like a slight cut.
Like a slight cut.
Yeah.
Just neutralise. When I'm playing tournament golf, that does not hold up what I'm doing at the moment.
Yeah, especially with a left to right wind or into the wind.
Yeah, left to right wind. Every hole there was a left to right wind, I was missing it right.
Yeah, okay.
Like way right. Because I just aimed left for it because I knew that it was going to happen and just make it worse, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, the good news is that you're more or less doing the same thing with every club and it is relatively consistent. Yeah. Swing directions 8 or 7 to 11 degrees left.
Yeah.
Club path with driver 9. What we want to basically do, if you were to focus solely on the driver, we just got to try and get a little more neutral. And for you, it's probably going to feel like it's a little more rounded, the arc to your swing, because at the moment it is coming up quite high and then swinging across to the left that way. But the reason I wondered about your grip is that your lead hand, so if you take your normal grip, for where you, I would say for where you were, like your grip looks a little weaker than what it once was. Yeah. And so what can often happen as a result is if someone's taking the club back and if the club face is getting, without them even knowing, a little bit too open, one thing I've noticed is that their body will respond by just swinging further and further left rather than fixing the face and then being a little more neutral with the path. So the first thing that I'd be keen to look at is just strengthening it a touch, which might then promote you or encourage you to actually be a little more rounded with the shape as opposed to getting it high and up here. What you want to make sure we're doing is we don't want to just be bringing the club from outside out here and then moving low and left. We can achieve that from being, say, a little more on plane, bring the club down through here, and then feeling a little more low and left. And you can still get that little fade flight that you're wanting. But if we're just picking the club up and then just slamming it down and across, like it's going to leave us, well, we're only going to be able to hit it left to right. What I'd be keen to do is I've got actually this brand new training aid. Basically what I'd want to see you do first of all, I think you need to probably rediscover what it feels like to be a little more into out. What I'd be keen to see is a slightly stronger lead hand grip for you. And then I want you to start off just by taking the club back to what's probably going to feel like waist high. Okay, the arms aren't going to be doing a heck of a lot. We're just going to be turning the body, just turning back and through. And then pay attention, we can still get some data from the TrackMan, what we want to be looking for. The ball flight's obviously going to be an indicator, because even at small speeds it still can give us some insights, but what we just want to start seeing is just more of this arc. So take your grip. So if it looks like the face is closed, then what I would encourage you to do is rotate the forearms like that. The feel that we want to try and create, and this is as a reference point if I was looking at it on video, we want to see shaft of the club running parallel to the feet and then essentially just rotating straight back down. Small swing, the club's only going to feel like it's going back to maybe knee or waist height. What we've got to discover is just the feeling of what it's like to hit the ball a little more neutral. So obviously you can execute on that pretty well. The arc is looking a little more neutral. Club's now coming in a little shallower, still exiting a little lower, like still is exiting to the left through the ball, like how you want, but it's coming much shallower. My suggestion would be to increase the length, but maintain the tempo that you're working at to the point where you've got the control over what the club's doing. So give yourself some time. Perfect, bro.
Yeah, that was nice.
That shape is unreal. That is, I mean, in terms of the quality of that, all we've got to do is add another 20 miles an hour of speed, but same quality, and that's your little baby fade that you're after. The thing that I've noticed, if a player's swing direction or their path, or if something's completely out of whack, I find it's often a result of the club face being the issue and their body responding to what the face has been giving them, rather than fixing the face first. So that's why I see if a player's got a really shut face, like a real strong grip, everything's real hooded, they'll often be dumping the club way underneath just to try and start the ball far enough right. Same type of rep. Good. Probably haven't seen one go that way for a while. I give you permission on these next 2 or 3 shots, if you want, to increase the speed, but just try and ensure you keep the same quality. I like the look of that grip there. Is that you are you trying to release that? So I think one of the things to think about is the more organized you get the face from the start, so from the setup through the takeaway into the backswing, the less you'll feel the need to have to use the hands at the ball to square it up. So if you swing up to the top again, we just got to be careful that we don't get too much extension in this wrist. Okay, so ideally be just a little flatter, which is going to square the face up just a touch for you. If we get up here, which is like, that's kind of where your swing is getting to, it can leave us a little bit vulnerable coming down.
Okay. Here.
Good. Good.
Just to feel that into out part. Oh, that was almost a little draw, still pulley. A bit better. Oh, I hit a draw. That was like a legit draw.
What are those numbers telling you?
First into out, and that was more of a full swing.
Swing direction 3 degrees to the right, which is nice.
Something that's helping me with the face shut is like pushing the thumb into there. And then just leaving it and then swinging through. That's what I did on that one.
It's a nice feel. Both hands, they respond to one another, right? So if this wrist is moving into a bit more extension, like just what you're sort of touching on there, this lead wrist is moving into a bit of flexion, Whereas but previously your right wrist was like, at the top of the backswing was like that, it wasn't like that. And then from there the lead wrist is then an extension, so they will influence one another.
Yeah, that was weird, I hit a draw. Guys, I hit a draw.
What I was saying before about, like, you fix the face, the club path and the shape of the swing tends to respond to it. Whereas if your club face was still in the same spot as it was before, or you're delivering it in that those positions there,
you're going to want to pull it.
You'd be hitting that so far right. So your response has been, okay, I'm just going to rip my body harder left to try and get it to start far enough left and then fall it back onto the target. Good move. Nice. There's some improvement to what's going on down at impact in terms of the path of face and everything, but having it going how you want it, or have it going well for a period of time, doesn't mean that you're always going to have that, right? So you got to try and make note of, I guess, the types of reps that we've just done, and then maybe it's once a week you just recalibrate, practice them, work on them. You can do air swings at home, you don't actually have to hit balls. It's just becoming familiar with the things that we're sort of been doing.
Just having the club in my hand,
club in the hand, just get familiar with.
Just getting to that position.
Yep. The encouraging thing is that within the first 5 or 6 balls, it was trending in the direction that it needed to kind of get to. But do you feel fairly comfortable with the understanding as to like what each adjustment is there to solve?
Grip to help shut the face, not leave it like way open.
Yep.
And also because of the grip, my body will naturally change the direction.
And obviously there's too much either way, right? Like if you were to get real shut, real strong, and if you went to change that, what most people would then do is like, okay, I need to try and like throw the ball out there, and you end up just hitting massive sling hooks, right?
Believe it or not, I used to do that.
I know.
So weird.
So all we're doing here is just trying to calibrate to be a little more neutral. In terms of training it, like you can obviously do it with the driver, but I would encourage you to do the same thing. You can do it with your wedge, do it with the 7-iron. Even practicing with, like, obviously this looks kind of messy, but practicing with some restraints that can, I guess, almost ensure that your club is moving through the channels that it needs to remain neutral can be useful. And then at the end of a session when you're practicing, you can always troubleshoot and then try and intentionally hit a big gash cut, intentionally hit a big push draw, just to try and see if your body can still respond to what you're trying to tell it to do at an extreme level, if you're needing to ever flight one either way. Because you don't want to just get like so one-dimensional that you can't work it both directions. You know, if you're needing to negate like a hard left to right wind by trap drawing one back into it, you want to be able to trust that you can do that. I think there was one other thing that I wanted to share with you. Obviously you did that task sheet, but there's another sheet, let's say, which is, I'd say, almost precedes the task sheet, and it's more of like an assessment or gathering some data as to how well or what your skill level is in and around the greens as it relates to like percentages of putts made from 3 feet, 6 feet, 9 feet, 12 feet, and then measuring your dispersions from 10, 20, 30 metres from all lies, so like fairway, rough and bunker. And that would be something that, especially going into tournament time, like if you've got a better understanding as to what your proximities are, what your percentages of putts made are, it then gives you a much better understanding as to what you can expect from your short game in terms of like looking at an up and down or whatever it is. If we're performing at a level in training that is to a standard that's ready for competition, but then we go to a tournament and the score I guess the stats aren't aligning, then there's something that we need to look at doing from a practice perspective that can make the skill level on the golf course be the same as what it was on the practice area. And then beyond that, that's where the task sheet kind of supports that, because that's like the hard training of like bringing frustration in, but the measuring of that data is just a good snapshot so that you've got an understanding as to, okay, well, from 6 feet, I only average 50%. So if on the golf course you make one and then you miss the next, it's like, and then you might miss the next one after that, but then make the one after that. You're like, oh, I've missed 2 good opportunities. It's like, yes, you have, but you also do that in training.
Normal training,
So it's like, it just helps align the expectations a little bit, but then it also gives you something to try and strive for improving. You know, like if you're 50% one week, the goal next week is, okay, let's go 3 out of 4, and then 4 out of 4. But it just gives you more knowledge around your game.
No, that's good.
So remind me to airdrop that to you.
Yeah, airdrop me that task, that'll be good. Takeaways from that lesson, we're going to practice them right now on the range. We've got grip, so I needed to strengthen my grip a bit. Still on the fingers, just make my left hand stronger. My right hand's fine. Just want to bring it onto the club, make it a bit stronger. That just helped me keep the face shut. And my takeaway, I was getting it more open on the back on the takeaway, but I just need to keep it a bit more closed, and then also just keeping that lead rest a bit flatter, and then when I turn to the top, still having it a bit more closed, so that when I turn and want to come down, I can return it square, because I had been returning it open, because my face is open, I've been swinging way left to try and over the top to get that big cut. So I'm trying to counteract that. So with the shut face, it's promoting me to come more neutral into the ball and even into out. So we'll just do a couple 10-20% swings. And yeah, hopefully some of this stuff is useful for you. Cam's a great coach as well, so if you want coaching, you can just go to Cam Jones. I think it's camjonesgolf.co.nz, or just we'll link his socials down below so you can go check out his stuff. That swing's feeling good. We'll finish with one full swing here to finish out the video. We'll put a shot tracer on it for you guys. I mean, it went straight, so that's good. Didn't slice, still a bit over the top. Yeah. That is pretty much dead straight. Little fade, just what I want with my swing. So I just need to practice this draw feeling and having a face a bit more shut. Well, I don't want it shut at impact, but that feeling of having it shut will make me have it more neutral coming in at impact, which will ultimately get me hitting it a lot straighter. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe and go follow Cam Jones Golf. Thanks so much for the lesson, bro. Appreciate it. If you need a lesson, this is where Cam Jones teaches out here at Middleway Golf Links, and you've got a perfect grass range to practice on too. But yeah, I'm going to come back for some more lessons. Let me know what you think of this video format down below. But yeah, let's go. NZ Open, 5 years. Training starts now. I'm going to be practicing a bit more right now. But yeah, thanks for watching. Win the day. Play some golf.